All right, so today we will talk about the functions in MATLAB, and this is one of the most important parts that we would like to cover in this course. So first, creating variables, right? And the more important part is plotting, right? As an engineer, we would like to, visualize the data sets that we measure or we obtain through simulations. And one of the easiest way is to plotting the data so that we can take a look and from there understand what's going on. So this is one of the most important parts. And the next part would be this functions. And just like we did, long time ago, we covered Excel in this course, and we did that macros, right? If you remember in Excel, you can create macros. Basically, you record all the small commands that you want to have, and then you can define your own hotkey so that whenever you want to run that thing again, all you need to do is just use the shortcut key you created for that. So it greatly enhances the productivity and all those things. And similar to that in MATLAB, not only in MATLAB, but most of the programming languages, we can create our own function so that we can use this function as our own hotkey. Okay, so that's one other thing. And then the other part is, of course, the the iterative and also what's the other conditional statements. This is basically the reason why we would like to, use these computers because it will do those things for us continuously again and again, and we can tell them to do this thing depending on the condition that we want. Okay, so these are the main four parts that I would like to stress in this MATLAB part, and today we will talk about this functions. All right, okay. And last time we went over these some of the common mathematical functions that are provided by MATLAB. So for example, like we went over all these like exp, just like in Excel, exp, open and close parentheses. Um, it will receive this x as the input, right? And based on that, it will generate the output, which is the exponential of that x. And this sqrt, this is the function that finds the square root, right? And it is very important that this exp is, it is very important that we want to understand that exp that is the function name. It's not just a command, but exp is a function, okay? And sqrt is the name of the function that finds the square root of the input that is received. All right. There's a reason why I stressed this thing, so we'll talk about that again. And of course, to find the natural log, log is the name of the function, right? And if you want to find the log base 10, log 10 was the name of that function that realized this thing, right? Any questions up to here? Okay, not. And then these are all some of the common functions that is provided by MATLAB. ABS is the function to obtain the absolute value and so on. And we talked about these as well. And we went over some of these example problems. And this part we also talked about, right? So instead of just providing a single number as an input, you can also provide an array as an input or some other expressions like instead of just providing sine of x, you can, or sine of y, you can also provide sine of x plus y or sine of x squared divided by y plus 2 or something like that. You don't just need to provide a variable as an input. You can also provide these mathematical expressions as the input argument. Okay, and the very important part is actually here. So in math we expressed sine square of x like in this way, and which basically means sine x squared, right? So one of the very common mistakes that I see from students so far is that because in math we express it like this, some of the students may want to try typing in like that to realize this sine x being squared. Unfortunately, this is not the right way to do it. You can think about it like, f of x and g of x. They're basically different functions, right? Because the name of the functions are different. And just think like f2 of x or f caret 2 of x or 2f g of x or anything like that. f2 of x and f of x, they're basically different, right? Because the name of the function are different. This one as well. You might want to try this maybe, but it's not going to be realized like that because the name of the function here is changed from this f of x. Okay, so this will not work as f of x being squared, right? So what we need to do is, just like we have here, we would like to run the sine of x first, and then that thing, we would like to square it. Or you can just have it like that, and then square it as well. And as I stressed multiple times in class, if you're not sure whether this is going to work or not, put a parentheses where you want it to be calculated first. Okay, so this is a very important part that I want you guys to remember if you're trying to do this sine square. Okay, these are not the right ways to realize it. You want to find this sine first, and then that thing will be squared. Now, same thing like exp of x, if you want to square it, then you need to write it like exp of x caret 2 like that. You can't do exp caret 2 of x. This is not possible either because, exp itself is the name of the functions. So if you do it like that, that means you're basically changing the name of the function, like from f to a g or f to a f2. Okay, so this is not the right way to realize this in MATLAB. Okay, all right. Any questions up to here? Okay, now let's move on. And this part, sine of 5, yeah, these things we all talked about already. And if you want to find the inverse of sine or cosine, this arc cosine, arc sine. So this a is the keyword, right? So a cos, a cot, and so on and so on. These mean it's going to be the inverse of trigonometric functions, all right? And hyperbolic as well. And we tried these examples like that. All right.